Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we're going to have a look at Vechain and this new announcement around the partnership with DHL. Really interesting stuff. I think this is going to take a lot of people by surprise. If you like this sort of content, mash that like button, subscribe, tap that bell, select all the notifications so you never miss a video. We'll also have a look at the price. We'll have a look at the artificial intelligence and machine learning from advice.io. So let's get down to the desktop. Let's get straight into it. So here we are, coin market cap, and the price has sort of come up a little bit off the back of this news. So, for those of you that would like to know some useful information, it takes about 30 minutes before you start to see price discovery when there's big news for a project. Just an FYI, some future gains potentially can be made there. Not financial advice, just what I have established from watching the markets as regularly as I do. We saw about an 8% increase for Vechain off the back of this news. It's pulled back and we're at about 3.61% up at 12 cent 54. So, for me, I didn't think this would be making big waves, for price discovery. But I was wrong. It'd be interesting to see where the price settles. But let's have a look at advice.io. So Vechain is rated B1. That might change for tomorrow. This refreshes at midnight. So the fear and greed index is at A3. We've got the Sharpe ratio at A2. Profitability is A1, just because this project is just so profitable. The moving average is A2, so that's good. But where it's being pulled down is the 𝗕𝗙 ratio at rating D. So overall, it's up 6.58% in the last 7 days. It's got good volume. Looks like a good, looks like it's it's doing really well when we look at the artificial and machine learning. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's have a look at this announcement. And the announcement is that Vechain are pleased to announce DHL has chosen the Vechain for blockchain for their NFT collection. So this is not what people were expecting. People were expecting something around logistics, and this is going to be focused in China. Now, for me, this is something that, I've never really understood NFTs when it comes to sort of the art side of things. Now, basically, customers are going to be able to design and mint their own DHL mascot. Now, I don't know how much of a craze this could become. It's got all the hallmarks of something that could be a craze, particularly in China. But what does intrigue me is what they've put here, and this is just the beginning of a robust ENFT ecosystem, and we are looking forward to future collabs with the DHL team. So for me, I'm really interested in the ENFTs. For me, that's really interesting. The art side of things, I'm not really too sure about. Just something I've never really managed to get my head around. But I do want to touch on the logistics side of things, because Vechain has partnered, this was back in 2018, with DHL, around logistics. So don't worry. When people have reached out and said, oh, this is going to be, price discovery level news, I hate to break it to people, but they're already partnered. Now, we know that DHL are working with Accenture to fight fake pharmaceuticals with blockchain technology. DHL are obviously using Vechain for blockchain. Now, when it comes to price discovery, I'm unsure whether we're going to see a huge spike in price for Vechain, unless this does become a bit of a craze over in China, which is possible. But for me, it's one of those, I'll believe it when I see it. Now, however, I do want to come to the POA 2.0. I kind of feel like if this does get implemented, it'll obviously bring more scalability, it'll make it ultra secure. And for me, this is going to, be a catalyst for new institutional level investment and funds to start getting involved in this particular blockchain. Right now, we've done videos on this in the past, so I'm not going to sort of dig into it in too much detail on this video. But for me, that's kind of where I see the price discovery coming. I think, you know, if the vote is, you know, agreed as I expect it to be, because why would people, you know, that are heavily invested in Vechain for blockchain not agree to something that's going to make the project more scalable, which is really important for the health and the well-being of the ecosystem, and also ultra secure. I mean, why would people vote against that? So for me, you know, that will be the catalyst. That will be where we see a lot of the price discovery. This is, you know, it's a great announcement, don't get me wrong. I think, you know, if it becomes a craze, fantastic. But overall, this is just another use case that, you know, is happening on the Vechain for blockchain outside of like the typical logistics and stuff like that. Overall, you know, great news. But I don't think it was the level of news that people were expecting, which is a shame. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏 2.0, on the other hand, like I say, it is where I see price discovery and the catalyst for you know, fundamental change. And we talk about fundamental change in a negative and a positive way. This would be a positive change, a bit like Ethereum when you know, they had the London hard fork. That was a fundamental change where people can now see price discovery opportunity for Ethereum. I can see the same sort of thing, perhaps on a different scale, for Vechain for blockchain with 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗏 2.0. So, you know, these are the fundamental things that you need to sit back once they've sort of been implemented and you understand them a little bit better, you know, reevaluate where you think the price can go. So, you know, when people you know, are a bit negative about us talking about like $1 price for Vechain, they're not taking into account the future possibilities and integrations and upgrades. So, you know, for me, that changes the game. But do let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are. Really interested to know. With all that said, thanks for taking the time to watch today's video. If you enjoyed the video, mash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tap that bell, select all the notifications so you never miss a video. With all that said, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.